Let's see some examples of sentences that use the past progressive. Examples: I was eating a sandwich. I was eating a sandwich. I was eating a sandwich. Children were playing. Children were playing. Children were playing. We were watching a movie. We were watching a movie. We were watching a movie. Review: to be the past progressive is formed from the verb to be in the past. Review: to be the past progressive is formed from the verb to be in the past. Review: to be the past progressive is formed from the verb to be in the past. Here is an example of conjugating the verb to he eats. Here is an example of conjugating the verb to he eats. Here is an example of conjugating the verb to he eats. To eat, in the past progressive. To eat, in the past progressive. To eat, in the past progressive. Examples: I was eating. Examples: I was eating. Examples: I was eating. You were 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 eating. Was eating. Was eating. Was eating. We were eating. We were eating. We were eating. They were eating. They were eating. They were eating. This is due to the fact that in English there are no formal distinctions between number or formality of the second person. This is due to the fact that in English there are no formal distinctions between number or formality of the second person. This is due to the fact that in English there are no formal distinctions between number or formality of the second person. Although it is more common to use you, although it is more common to use you, although it is more common to use you, everyone, everyone, everyone to address a group of people, to address a group of people, to address a group of people. Negative forms of the past progressive, negative forms of the past progressive, negative forms of the past progressive, the negative forms of the past progressive, the negative forms of the past progressive, the negative forms of the past progressive follow the rules used to conjugate the verb to be in the past. Follow the rules used to conjugate the verb to be in the past. Follow the rules used to conjugate the verb to be in the past. He was, he was, he was. Let's see a conjugation form of the negative forms of the past progressive with the verb to sleeps. Let's see a conjugation form of the negative forms of the past progressive with the verb to sleeps. Let's see a conjugation form of the negative forms of the past progressive with the verb to sleeps. Sleep. It is very common to use the contracted form to be with the past progressive. Sleep. It is very common to use the contracted form to be with the past progressive. Sleep. It is very common to use the contracted form to be with the past progressive. The subject of the non-contracted negative form is contracted negative form. The subject of the non-contracted negative form is contracted negative form. The subject of the non-contracted negative form is contracted negative form. He wasn't asleep. 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 You, they weren't asleep. You, they weren't asleep. You, they weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. He dot she dot it. He wasn't asleep. He dot she dot it. He wasn't asleep. He dot she dot it. He wasn't asleep. He wasn't asleep. He wasn't asleep. He wasn't asleep. We, they weren't asleep. We, they weren't asleep. We, they weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. They weren't asleep. They weren't asleep. They weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. We weren't asleep. Interrogative forms to ask questions using the past progressive. interrogative forms to ask questions using the past progressive, interrogative forms to ask questions using the past progressive. You must reverse the subject and the conjugated form to be. You must reverse the subject and the conjugated form to be. You must reverse the subject and the conjugated form to be. We compare the affirmative form with the interrogative form. We compare the affirmative form with the interrogative form. We compare the affirmative form with the interrogative form. Affirmative form, interrogative form, I was sitting next to you. Affirmative form, interrogative form, I was sitting next to you. Affirmative form, interrogative form, I was sitting next to you. Was I sitting next to you? Was I sitting next to you? Was I sitting next to you? You are talking to me. You are talking to me. You are talking to me. Were you talking to me? Were you talking to me? Were you talking to me? He was dancing alone. He was dancing alone. He was dancing alone. We were eating potato chips. We were eating potato chips. We were eating potato chips. Did we eat French fries? Did we eat French fries? Did we eat French fries? They were sleeping in the living room. They were sleeping in the living room. They were sleeping in the living room. Did they sleep in the living room? Did they sleep in the living room? Did they sleep in the living room? The words and phrases of the past tense are indicative of the progressive. The words and phrases of the past tense are indicative of the progressive. The words and phrases of the past tense are indicative of the progressive. Some of the most commonly used words and phrases with past progressive are shown in the. Some of the most commonly used words and phrases with past progressive are shown in the. Some of the most commonly used words and phrases with past progressive are shown in the English, Spanish, English, Spanish, English, Spanish, then so yesterday, last night, last night, last night, last week, last week, last week, last week, last month, last month, last month, a few days ago, a few days ago, a few days ago.